Here it says I'm live. I'm doing all this stuff. I don't know how it's going to appear just yet. So if it works, it doesn't work, whatever it is. This is an 18 and up game. So if you're a kid, stop watching. This is not for you. But I saw a bunch of things like Markiplier and some other folks that were playing this game and they weren't getting very high scores. As you can see, for me, highest is getting close to 500,000. If you look at my other games, I do it fairly regularly, get around 400,000. I don't know, I just kind of zen out and then relax in this type of game. There's a few things to think about. I can pretty much guarantee you a diamond award every single time if you follow things the way that I'm going to do them. That part's up to you. This game's going to take a little bit of time as it runs on its own schedule, and I'll tell you why I do the things I do as I go through them, and we'll see if that will help you out and enjoy it. And then you just kind of get to the point where now you're going to do it for, you're going to make little changes and try to get a higher and higher score. Somebody did one on algorithm, and it only got to like 800,000. So I think around 500 is kind of the peak that a human can do. It was doing like extra bits that a human can't possibly do. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in that range. I'll take my lowest score here. I'll overwrite that. You can start a new game if you want to. You don't need anything special in this game. Nothing about it is going to do much for you. You can go through the tutorial. You can do anything you want, and it'll kind of run its own way. So here I'm going to go ahead and just click through and get rid of all these prompts. You can't get rid of them entirely. They're going to pop up at some point. And we get to the point where we need to recruit somebody. It doesn't matter which one you pick. You're going to be able to do it any way you want. So I'm just going to pick Kiana here because I haven't used her recently. And you could go through the tutorials if you want, but I'm going to skip them. So skipping the tutorials, hit the girls. You want to do this as fast as possible. I like to recruit first. This is just me. I like to have a few on deck. I know I'm going to be getting these girls. You want Kiana, Tiffany, and Nikki because they don't smoke or drink ever. You want to do everything you can to get them all in a line, and then you'll spend less time overall. Like Nadia here smokes and drinks. You're going to have to constantly refill that supply, and when it's early on, you're trying to get things out of the way. This game multiplies, so it's constantly picking up steam as it goes through. So early game things affect you quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Nikki first. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to try to get her again. It's probably not going to happen. If you're super lucky, you'll get all three right away. And we'll see how that goes. So here we are. Bam. We did get super lucky. So that part's cool. So now we've got all three girls. Next thing we need to do absolutely is get them all working. So you want to get up to 10. Your first 10 doesn't, you don't want to sit there and wait as you go through stuff. Anything that you're going to click on, you're wasting time. You want to be clicking down on, if you can click on a location that has more than one girl, you're going to multiply the effectiveness of your speed up productivity. So you want to kind of put things all in the same building as much as possible at the same time. That being said, we're not going to be able to do a whole lot right away, but if we get her the pole dancing and the shopping right off the bat, it's super cheap, then what we're going to be able to do is very quickly start moving our way into buying ads and moving up from there. So these fetish qualities, every girl has a different one. As you can see from her, it doesn't really show you here, but I'm going to pick her because one of the fetishes that was in there attaches to her specifically. This one, I don't need to necessarily say it out loud because it's, yeah, I don't need to get demonetized anymore when I'm trying to test this out for the purposes of monetization. Anyway, you put them in the same building together as best you can. And I spaced this out just a little bit, just so hopefully there will be a little bit of time to run this down from advancing the productivity. And that will just give me a little bit of extra time to clear them. So since she's already got the shopping part she's working on shopping right now. The pole dancing is done. I'm going to put her in this building and utilize the extra speed as quickly as possible. Same thing with her. And now she's ready, since this one's already done, to go into the photo studio and gain followers, because that's her main thing. While they're in there getting followers or whatever, you want to just keep jumping back and forth as quickly as possible. Now you can invest in 3 girls. They are not going to be able to share a room, so you're going to have to spread things out. Hopefully we'll get up to 50 soon. We'll see how that goes. It is getting kind of late in the evening. We need to start thinking about using up these promos. So I'm going to put her here and then do what I can to use up everything on these folks. One of the things I can do here is buy, first off, the one that will affect this character. And you want to look at what will affect them. You don't want to spend a lot of money buying things that don't affect anyone. So let's go. If you don't collect those, then you're not going to get what's in them. You need to do it pretty quickly. So why did I put all that stuff where it was located? Well, mainly because at this point she's going to start getting tired, and then I'll have everyone ready. I'm going to look at promos. At 11:45 p.m. you want to do everything you can here in this promo section. Make sure you've cleared it out. It's your last chance, so we took that as our last chance, and we did what we could. You're going to get this warning about being in debt. All this means is this can't be read when it goes back to 12 a.m. the next day. We're never going to have to worry about that. Hopefully. I say that now, but for the purposes of demonstration, we'll see how far that goes. We need to put people in different places. Doesn't matter which one, just start getting them moved into different places. You want to, as quickly as possible, shuffle between the 2 possible locations so that you're never letting anyone go idle and you're using up everything you can. Where are we at? This one. So let's just keep doing that. All right, now we're getting closer. First thing that we're going to probably pick up is 50 and place that on our first upgrade to the webcams, because that is going to give us the biggest benefit. Right now we're pretty much able to juggle between the two, so we're going to want to upgrade those web servers and then get an immediate benefit from that. And we're just going to keep getting everything we can. Everybody needs some fans. Everybody needs stuff. She's now stressed out. One of the things you can do is just check around the different buildings and see if there's anything you can still put her in, and there isn't. So we'll just keep going from there. Now we only have 2 active. You want to prioritize for what you have and not necessarily always build to what you think is coming. You always want to be able to just use it at the time and spend any resources that you've got on things that you can use right now. All right, keep going from there. Then you'll notice it took a while to get some money. Accounting is your biggest enemy. You're going to always need to keep upgrading the accounting, and that's going to slow you down. You'll notice that when you run out of ways, or you run out of time just because you're always loading up cash in one way or another, and you have excess that you can't get to. Oh, we have good there. Then it's about time to start worrying about upgrading the accounting. So I would say upgrade the whatever servers and things that you have, these things first, then advertising, and then accounting. Right now though, we have 0 help on productivity and we have nobody really working, so we're going to need to upgrade our productivity on our first 100, and that's going to get these relaxing girls back there and working for us. So Kiana is back, she's doing her thing, and we've got people back on the cam show. And I said about the multiplier, there's 2 girls in this one. Even though it would be cool to have Nikki back, it's not going to work out that way because there's 2. One thing else that you can worry about, is having the automated system going for you, the automated pickup. Now is about the time when I'd start wanting to have that around. Now's the time when she's separated out. And for 50, sorry, for 20 on the first one, 50 on the next one, I'm going to go ahead and say for this next 50, I'm going to speed up the rate at which we pick up the fans from the studio, because that's another accounting system that needs an upgrade, and be able to pick up 3 cash. Because now I can spend less time, as you can see, gathering the resource and more time increasing productivity. So time's getting a little short. I have to start worrying a little bit more about what's in the promo section. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and buy them now. I don't have anything that those will go to, but it is a starting point, and you know, everybody's got to start somewhere. So next thing we're going to get, we need to get more advertising. Most of your fans, and this count is the only thing that matters when you're going for the trophies, are going to come from advertising. You pick up a lot. You could pick up maybe 50,000, maybe even 100,000 from just your normal going back and forth, and then when you get the subscribe pillows, you're picking up from there. But all the rest, the 200,000-300,000, that's going to come from advertising. So you want to start building that up as quickly as possible and focusing on it when you can. At this point, it's going to be late in the evening. I'm not going to be able to pick anything else up. So what I want to do is put them towards upgrades. Put everything I can towards upgrading. I'm in a race. See, it's 11:45. Click on it right away. So I'm going to upgrade here. I'm going to upgrade there, and I'm going to upgrade there. I'm just filling out the upgrades because I'm going to be low on cash for the next few hours, and I'm going to be far less productive. So load up on everything you can at this moment. There we go. Getting closer. Drop Kiana off in here also. All right. Now we need to start thinking about getting another girl. So 79, 94, and 124. Tiffany there is the one with the absolute lowest value for picking up cash. She's the least productive one for cash. So I want to put and make sure that she's the one that's going to do my next recruiting step. All right, she's too stressed out. She can get back to work. And put her back in as recruit. Every time I upgrade the cameras and the webcams, then I want to upgrade the girls. Just kind of how it goes. That kind of level of back and forth. And we'll get her back out. We need to worry about what type of girl we get. What are we going to worry about? Well, sometimes never, sometimes never, sometimes never. We got lots of options there. This one starts for $2 an hour, $4 an hour, or $16 an hour. This is our utility girl. This is the one that's going to be basically gathering all of the drinks and cigarettes and all that kind of stuff that this thing needs. So we're not going to do any upgrades. We're going to benefit from them being as cheap as possible. So right now, that's a $2 an hour belly. Okay. So then we're going to, every time we look or pick someone up from here, we should look and see what other kind of upgrades we have, just in case we missed one. And right now, I need cash more than anything. So I'm going to do that. She's too stressed out. Need to pick up some cash. Figure out what my next steps are. 69, so let's see. This doesn't apply to anybody just yet, so we'll see what else we can do. If we have 100 though, we can get our 4th girl and start working on the utility girls. So that's what we're going to work towards, getting that 100. And the thing we want most is the subscribe pillow. First thing you should do whenever you get a new girl, though, is drop her in to get more recruits so you don't forget. It's going to be slowing you down, everything that you're doing. If you don't do it first, you might as well just get it out of the way first. There we go. Lost my mouse. Alright. Got to collect all that. Okay. Back to collecting. What are our options? None of these things matter to us right this second. 10 minutes is still slow. It can't really help you by doing much. So I could be collecting a little bit faster. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll spend the rest on promo. I don't have anyone in these things just yet. These two options that I just picked up, they are things that you can get multiple girls on, whereas these type of options, you have to be the girl has to have it innately, and there's less of a chance of using them. So prioritize the ones you can put on multiple girls, because that will make them more valuable to you and make more money for you as you're moving things forward. So I'm gonna just heat up the relax thing real quick so I can get them all in there at the same time. Do the math in your head and whatever it takes to try to get as many girls as possible working at the same time. I'll just go ahead and finish that out. Buy those. Alright. Collect as much as we can. Alright, we're over 250. Let's do a check. Yep, that's the next step. Okay, so she's the utility girl. She's going to come down and start buying things there. You need at least 2 utility girls. So this one here is another good option. They cost money though, so keep that factor in mind. Getting close to the end here, so if I'm going to do any upgrades, I should do it now. Nothing else to promo. Alright, let's take a look here, see what we got. Okay, we have some options. Now, this here will not be worth much in the beginning, but towards the middle of the game, it starts to be really useful. The earlier you can put these things on these girls, then the quicker that you're going to be picking up fans for them, and you can utilize later. Right now, though, we have to really worry about getting the subscribe pillows. So that means speeding these 2 up is a priority. So I'm going to put the speed up juice, Dr. Feelgood's magic powder onto our utility girls and try to get them working much quicker. Alright, so she's too stressed out to do much. See, I'm running a little low. I'm running low on those meters. Alright, subscribe pillow, we got one. Whatever you need in order to keep track of things, put it in that order. So I put them in the top to bottom order. However you need in order to keep track of it, just do that. I'm not telling you. Well, I guess I am telling you how to play the game, but it's up to you, like how you really want to do these types of things. So she still needs to go up in that. Wow, we are getting super lucky on the pillows. So that is a real good sign. And what that also means is we no longer have to do the juggling for the girls with the pillows, because they are gathering half as many followers just by going to the shows. And basically that means that it's unnecessary and mathematically irrelevant at this point, when you could be spending all your time and effort on using the advertising to gain followers. So We do need more of these things, but we also need a shopping basket just in case we have to send one of these girls to purchase goods for us. So I'm going to put the shopping cart on our one utility girl that has an open slot, and the one that's working super fast can continue to be in the browsing area. There we go. So I'm going to send her to go pick up some provisions. You might be tempted, and I used to do a lot of stuff, but I'd only get hundreds if I worried about piggy banks. The STD stuff, all that kind of things is just here in the escorting room. Don't worry about that. Get something that you can utilize on multiple girls and try to get as many of their stuff filled out with the fetish pieces as possible. So if you want to know if you have multiple options and you're like, oh, which one should I use? The one you should use is determined here. So right now, this is our biggest seller, but you can see they're not that far away from each other. So really you can put just about anything into each one of those. All right, we got a third subscribe pillow. Great. And now we just keep dumping them into the cam shows, and that's what puts us ahead. We bought one of these, so that'll be handy later. And all right, does she have everything? Yeah. So the next step up is, I believe, 500, and that's where we're gonna be worried about trying to get our next 500. I don't think we got a show or another character yet, so we're gonna have to do that now. Let's try to get her into the building as well. And then just keep dumping them as quickly as you can. Keep dumping them wherever you can. There's nowhere for her to go. So next step, and drop her back off. We have 500. We go to our web servers. We'll just look at what's left in there. So it's like 200 or so. I'm trying to get 200 in order to fill those out. We should be able to get it just by finishing off this last cam show. And then we'll hit all our promos. We need 350 now in order to advance advertising. How do you know? Because I played the game a lot. Sometimes and frequent, this has the lowest amount of stuff that they're going to be using. If you're later in the game and you've got a lot of these slots filled up, you have to make a choice whether or not you're going to have a wide variety, or if you're going to just focus on a single fetish. And you want the wide variety because the game seems to change up the amount of advertising it offers throughout, like in some random pattern, but not a truly random pattern, and it seems to be different in the late game than the early game. So to hedge your bets, you're going to want a category you don't have. So a category I don't have right now is this one and this one. I'm going to go with this one because she uses the least amount of stuff, and we'll go with that. All right. Our most popular fetish, so we're going to pick that one up. We want 250 at least. If we can get 250, then we can start filling up the second slots of the girls. So there we go. And we can put a second inventory accessory, and we'll dump those into open slots. And now they'll pick up greater amounts of money because they have a wider fan base. And they'll also be expanding the fan base out by adding to the fetish instead of just doing the one. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one, put that into our next earner, and continue to go from there. You're gonna run in the red all the time. Don't worry about it. Just get out of the red before 11:45 p.m. You really, like, having the most money means nothing at the end of this game. You get the trophies and everything by having followers. So even if you have negative money at the last second, it's fine. You're doing it right. You're worried about getting the followers. All right, let's see what we got here. So with this other subscribe pillow, then we can get another girl. So that's one of the things we can do. One of the things I want to point out is when when too stressed out to do other things, you can always, or you can almost always still go pick up provisions. It's the least stressful thing you could do. Just get it out of the way. All right. Looks like we're going to be able to get another advertising deal. All right. We have someone with that. We have someone with that. We don't have the other two just yet. Continue. We have too many earners sitting there relaxing. We need to get them back out. This is our only fetish we can assign currently, so we'll do that. And we want to get 500 in order to upgrade the webcams. So hit that. We upgraded the webcam. This is going to be our next one here. That's our next upgrade. It is going fairly sluggish with pulling in the cash, so that's where we go. I want to point out that I'm at 1,000 by the 5th day. If you're at 1,000 by the 5th day, there's a very high chance that you're going to pull around 400,000 by the time you get to the end of the game. That's kind of my metric. 6th day, better have 1,000. If not, then something's going crazy. Do that one. We're going to be doing some upgrades. It may be a good time to try to upgrade our ability to gather from the dance stuff. And okay, we'll do that. To gather from the dance stuff. Okay. And from the pole dancing and the shopping. So we're gonna get to 500 here. And I'm going to increase the talent because I already did the web servers and all that kind of stuff, the upgrades that are for followers and prices. I'm going to now dump those characters if I can for another talent upgrade. And as I was trying to say, okay, so each one of those will pick up 2 now, which is going to make things work a lot better for us. There's plenty of cash to finish off the promos, gather more cash, try to spend whatever I can right this second. I don't think we have this one yet. Get back up to 500. We're going to put another girl in a room soon, but cash is running slow, and because we're going to be putting the girls between the two power-up locations, then speeding up the rate at which it's pulled from every other location is going to be more important because they're going to be in both of those locations. So, yep. We'll do what we can to get Tiff here into talent pool. Dooby-dooby-doo. And it takes a little bit of time. It's just how things go. And she is probably at 100. Too stressed out to work. We're good there. All right. I probably need to re-up on the Go Juice. So it goes away after time. These things don't go away, but there's certain perishables as part of the game. And basically you're going to leave whatever the last couple bits are in order for the game to count it down itself. You don't have to speed up the productivity on everything all the time. But I do need to here because I want to at least be back in black around the noon hour just for my own sanity. Okay, we got more upgrades. All right, so those folks will go on their own. You don't want to fully upgrade too quickly, and the reason for that is the girls double in price per hour as you upgrade, so you need to upgrade on a good plan. You need to have a plan. This is your plan. Wow. All right, let's go for the water one. I don't think we've seen that in a little bit. We're going to fill up pretty quickly the way this is going. All right, we got another subscribe. Where are we at? All right, and I think we need 500 for this. No, we need 1,000. And here, all right, we have one that we can use. All of these except this one we can use, so we want to use that 700 or so as best we can. There is a hard limit on how many girls you can have, so you're going to get the 8, so you don't need more than 8 subscribe pillows. You might not even need more than 7 because at a certain point the higher level girls are the ones that are going to be constantly using up the smokes and drinks, and that means you're basically going to be spending all of your time on one person gathering those resources, and you might not even want to spend the money upgrading them. I usually end up doing it just in case, but it's kind of one of those things. Alright. Alright, so we max that part out. Get whatever we can. Do. Get a free. She's too stressed out, so we're going to send her to pick up more stuff. And make sure, yeah. Double check. Alright, so we're going to get another girl in here soon, but we're not going to be able to do it just yet. Let's speed up our cash collection. And put her there. Get another one of those. Doop. Alright. Dump all those people in there. Yeah, here we go. I mean, it's a relaxing game. You think about it a little bit, and there we go, not enough inventory space. So we can start doing things like trying to get fans. If you want, you can put them to work in other locations. Or since we have 3 and we're going to be picking up one more girl, you could drop one on each of these because you're going to do that eventually. And you can pick other stuff for them to use if you want to. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to. Just to use everything up. Boo. Nobody sleeps. Everybody's going to do hard work all the time. And then, you know, as you're going through every day or so, I would recommend, especially at this point, you're going to have a lot more people to try to figure out what's going on with them. And there we have 1,000. I'm going to increase productivity at 1,000 first. And as you can see, things pick up a little bit. But as I was trying to say, Da, 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 da. Does this one have a pillow? Yeah, this one has a pillow. But as I was saying, as you're going through, just make sure, so these are all 4s, that it's all consistent. As you can see, their stuff is a lot lower. I'll do another recruit with her. Just try to get that part situated. Alright, keep working on that. Pretty soon, not the second, but pretty soon, we're going to be able to hit this 2,500 mark and stuff more people into, stuff more equipment on each person. I'm going to fill up the buildings real quick here, make it so it's a little easier on myself. In a second, when I'm back at 1,000, because I'm gathering so much cash. And now I'll invest in the 6th girl, run over, pick her up, drop her off, and then get her the subscribe pillow and something. Now we're back in action. Since I have so many of these things, I need at least, there's 8 girls, I'm going to need at least 24 of these fetish things total. I'm just going to keep stacking it up. I could have used the condom there. That is an option. Could have picked it up and tried to just get a secondary income stream going, but I'll hold off on that just now. She has tattoos, I think. I don't know if we've given these to anyone else. We haven't hired anyone that satisfies these other categories, but you know, prioritize what you do have and then pick them up as you go. Try to always fill it out because you don't know who the next thing is going to, what category is going to be coming through next. And at the same time, it all counts towards your big title or big score at the end. Okay. It's about time to do some more advertising, I think. Let's see where we're at. I think that one's a $1,500 one. Where are we at? So you can see she's maxed out, so she arrives already. That's why they're so expensive on those girls, is they already have all the upgrades, a lot of them, especially towards the end. Okay, let's see. We only have one cam show going. We're not going to be able to do it before 11:45, I don't think. So let's speed up the rate at which we're pulling the cash down. And since you spend so much time relaxing, all right, here we go. What do we have? Sometimes frequent, sometimes frequent. This one's fully upgraded, and we're going to use them to gather money. So she's the most valuable to us on that end. In our thing, we need another subscribe for her. Cam shows are going. We bought some cake stuff, so we're gonna need something for them. Anytime you get excess capacity, you need to blow it on putting as much away for the future on these two things as you can. It's 11:45. I don't think I'm going to make it to the 2,500. Let's see what we can do. Yes, we will buy more advertising and a little more speed. And then we're going to put her back to work. As you can see, it's going to take us a while to get to that 4,000, right? So we already have someone waiting in the recruit space. We're going to need one more recruit, but we only need one more recruit. And then we're just going to kind of do what we can to catch back up. Okay. At this point, we might start thinking about all right, so she could use some more go juice, some speed up. All right. Yep. perishables are important. I'm going to pull her back. She's too stressed, but she can do another round there. Keep track of which one you give shopping cart to. You shouldn't need to give more than one shopping cart out if you're keeping track. You're really just using excess time to fill in other stuff. At this point, I want to have 3 items on every person because it'll help get rid of other stuff. Oh, sorry, so she was glasses, not tattoos. Sometimes frequent, never infrequent. So she's more important. We don't have anyone with the tattoos though. We also don't have anyone with this. We do have some with this, and we're utilizing the things here. So she's gonna win out, Miss Zoe, and we'll go from there. All right, now we have maxed our inventory. Let's check our fans. Right now, this is the highest category of something we can give to somebody. The next highest is this and this. So we'll take a look and see what we have in here. We have a few of these. That'll be the max category. This was another category. This was another category. All right, these two will take 4, and we have 5 here, so we can hand 1 out. And when we put stuff on those two, that's if we keep running into things, we have more and more and more. Then, and before we get subscribe pillows, that's how we'll handle it. But otherwise, that's where we're at. Looking promos. We have 2 characters that share a trait. We're gonna put anything we can where they share traits. Right now, nobody has this. Nobody has this. A few people have this, and maybe one person has that. So our next one we're looking at is here, I think. All right. Do we have? Yeah, we have at least 1 or 2 on those. So that part is good. Anything else we can do? Not a whole lot. All right, so we'll buy that one. We'll buy that one because we know that we have those 2 for sure. We bought 1 person with this, so in the future that one will be more effective for us than tattoos. And we'll just keep speeding them up. Speeding, speeding, speeding. All right. There we go. We got the subscribe pillow. So let's see how much it's going to take. It's going to take 2,500 to get another girl. We can do that here. All right. So the one we want is the fully upgraded one. Yes, she's expensive, but she's worth it. It's going to be 10,000 to get her. So she's not fully upgraded though, so it's less of an important thing. This is going to pay off right away. As you can see, she's got 5 and 5. So we don't have to do anything with her other than keep her working. So just throw her in there, keep her working. And you're going to want to, yeah, this was our most popular one. At some point, what you're going to want to do is stash condoms away for the last person to get used, because the other people that are in the game are going to be creating fans for the other fetish types, and whoever's last, like our utility person, whoever's the last person, they're going to gain fans too, and then they can get a secondary income here. The reason why you don't do it here is you can pick up STDs, so yeah, you know, there's a worry, don't do that. All right, let's see what we can do. We could do that. All right, we cleared it out. At least it's cleared out. We didn't miss our opportunity to use those up. It is a little bit harder to do this while talking at the same time, trying to fill up all the airtime so you don't get bored as you watch how it all goes down. there we were, maximum capacity was achieved, which means we need to start focusing on getting more done. We need to get more people and make the rooms bigger. And speeding up the rate at which we accumulate money, because it is slowing us down overall. And we've achieved maximum capacity. What can we do? I don't want to spend extra money on that just yet, but I don't have room and I don't want her to sit idle, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick her in something that'll bring in a little bit more money. If it's not all of them, then it won't be too expensive just yet. And we're going, we're going, we're going. Alright, we got her going back where she belongs. She's stressed out. Oh, alright, so what do we have here? Alright. Again, there's a never, so I'm going to recruit from there, and she's upgraded as much as she can go. She also has the highest fan count, so she's our MVP as far as this group goes. And we won't need to use Zoe then. Alright, let's look at our investments. Accounting was going too slow, so we're going to pick that one up. No, I don't think we need any of that just yet. We've got one subscribed pillow left, right? Oh, that's all we needed. She has room for 2 things, and we only need 2, I think. So we can actually start clearing out stuff. She had room for 2. And we could start upgrading one of these 2 and switch them over to an earner instead of a burner. That is an option. And our earner is going to be the one that does not have the shopping cart. So right now that is Belly. Beely? I don't know. And she'll be able to get in there in just a second. Our next 5,000 mark is going to be these. This is what we want on the next round. The other stuff is going to be set a little high. We should be able to get it pretty quickly though. Alright, there's hers. Cash, 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 cash. That's what we want. More money, less problems. Alright. So we got 5,000. We're going to dump that here. That's going to upgrade the pricing of everybody. Get all the relaxers back to earning. And one of these might be helpful. I'll show you how to use those in a second. I don't know why I put that in there. It's late at night. I should have put her somewhere else. I should have made her get some drinks, but we'll see how it goes right now. Doo-be-doo-be-doo. Okay. It's gonna be another 1,000. Let's see where we're at here. We got a bunch of people there. We got one there for sure. If we had to sacrifice one, it's the one with the least people in it. So dump these folks in all these locations. She's got to get to work. So let's see if I can get to 5,000. I think I can. I think I can. Alright, so we're there. Oh, I need to get to 10,000 to put her in a room. So I'm going to use this 5,000 to get another ad, since that's going to help us the next week. And then she's going to get working there. check our promo. We can buy the last promo. The only time you're not making enough money is when you can't afford all the promos. And that's the only time to really start worrying about stuff. She can go there. Just keep putting them to work. But now that they've been upgraded to the 5,000 mark, they should be fully upgraded. You need to start having them do whatever it takes to get full upgrades. And it'd be good to have the last girl available to us. Alright, she did her thing. Too stressed, too stressed. If we have too many people, we're going to be at a choke point if we don't clear out the relaxers. So we need to clear a couple of those out. Get them all building stuff. And so, as I said before, it's going to get to be pretty frequent use of the drinks and smokes. So the higher they go, it just accumulates more and more. And she will just be a little go-getter. And we're going to utilize whatever we can. Alright, promo, popular, popular. We have 2 in another category we can utilize. Get this cleared out, put her back to work on that. So let's then start alternating between upgrading and earning. You want to upgrade as much as you can, but at the same time, earn as much as you can. Make sure we have 5,000 on that. And since we are going to be doing the longer upgrades, spending 1,000 on each is a good investment in time, so it'll take a little bit less time to finish out those upgrades. Now every time you see a girl, every time you pick one up, you want to run her past and see what it is that you need to upgrade her on, and send her wherever it is that she needs to go. I like having a stockpile of drinks. If you're going to use about 100 every couple days, it's up to you how you want to do it. She qualifies as this one. I don't really have a lot of people there, but I know we got both of those, so I'm going to see how much money we can earn in the time before 11:45, and see what the best we can do is. So now, whatever the highest one is that you can utilize, do that. So this you can use for her, but it's higher, so that's the one I'm going to buy. And then, in that 15-second thing, like how much can I get in that amount of time? Not enough, obviously. So you'll see some fluctuation between the various amounts that the days cost, because that depends on if they're relaxing. If they're relaxing, they're not getting paid. So that's only if they're working are they getting paid. And it does cost per hour or whatever it is that you have them doing. All right. When in doubt, have them get fans. Because fans are what you need. That is your score. All right. 100 talent, 100 style. Let's go in for that. Totally stressed out. Okay. All right. At this point, it might be useful to start training her if I've got enough of a stockpile. What do I need to do here? Invest in getting things collected a little better. I'm a few away from not having to constantly collect all the cash anymore, because that happens at the last level. Then basically the same speed at which you would be running it if you were pressing the button is how much it's running the collection. All right, so this goes to her also, so that is a high one. This is a a popular person, so you kind of just, when it doesn't matter, you just start buying whatever it is, but you should be looking as to maximize the utility of each decision you make. So with that, like, well, why don't you get the 7th girl? Like, well, we don't really have the room necessarily just yet. We're kind of building towards it, so you'll see in a second. It won't matter as much as you think. We're maxing these folks out right now. Too stressed out. Okay. It's gonna make sense. Everything's gonna make sense. Just max everyone out. Do everything you can right now to max everyone out so you don't have to think about it. Okay. Do everything you can to max everything out. Buy all the stuff you can, get it out of the way, upgrade who you can, and then work on getting another girl. And upgrading the room so you can fit everyone in there. Right now it's the chaos that's making it so you can fit everybody into the buildings. I'm going to do this one first just because we've been running into max capacity issues. And then the next 10,000 I'm going to put on productivity. Anytime you can dump something on productivity, you should, especially if you can't buy advertising or anything else. So it's kind of the unsung hero of all this, but it is the biggest multiplier of anything you could possibly need. None of this matters at this point, so I'm just going to get stuck with the bill. It's a $20,000 bill. Yay, $20,000 bill. Well, you're making a bunch of money because you're selling what sells. So let's just keep going. I still have 4 days. Usually it's around this day 16. I get to 100,000. We'll see how it goes on this one. Boo, 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 boo. All right. And just relaxing, you put your head towards something else and think about nothing in particular. It's just a stupid cartoon game. I mean, certain people might consider it a certain level of vulgarity. I'm not one of those people. I could care less as far as that stuff goes. All right, we're going to go ahead and get our 8th girl. We're going to put her to work. It's going to be the one that needs the least. And we'll give her the subscribe pillow. What we're going to do is we're going to give her the condom and dump her into the escort room. And you're going to see she makes, in basically an hour, the same amount that she would make if she spent all day. So it's very helpful in that regard to use those condoms up around now. There we go. Keep putting that money away. See what we have for promos. Use those up. because now it's going to be every time the 2 or 3 times per day the girls are able to recycle and go to the next and get another payout. They'll get paid on that next one. So you want to start doing the promo payments quickly and use them as frequently as you can, because if you don't now at this point, like, it's gonna start really holding you back. And now we're gonna be fairly low on supplies because we added another person, another one of those high value people that uses up more resources in the drink and smoke sections. So yeah, you want to just keep using those up and keep adding to it. Obviously, from the rates, you can see that the drink side is going to be moving up far quicker than the smoke side. And any problems we may have right now, we want to start addressing. So speed of collection is a big issue. So we want to start moving towards that. Doing what we can with the collection speed. There's nothing else in the promo bins. Let's see if we can buy more promo space. So this is going to completely fill out our options for promotion, which means it's also going to cost a hell of a lot more. Keep that part in mind as you have now maxed out your advertising possibilities. Alright, so we're going to have a lot going at us. 10,000. Can't really do anything else with it just yet. Payroll is going to take the whole thing up. At a certain point, you might just want to let the automated recovery and collection do its thing, and then you can spend all your time speeding up the people that are on relaxation or in other rooms. That's going to happen fairly quickly, where we're going to get to that point. Alright, so max out talents. Alright, so now this is going to be at 50, 100, and 25. So we're going to max out the cash grabs. For whatever reason, when it starts going to 1,000, you just stop noticing, and it seems like it's going slower, but it's actually going faster. And it could be just you're collecting cash that fast. You'll see it just seems like it slows down, but it doesn't slow down. It's actually speeding up. It's weird. So she's fully maxed out. Alright, she can go relax. We're at 50, still 10 a.m. So I'm going to let resource collection happen on its own. And then, as you can see, it's going pretty quickly there. And then whenever it's done, switch back over to the camera. Do what you can to speed up the other stuff, shopping, whatever the case is, you know, wherever they're going. And then when it's done, switch to the camera. See? That's how you maximize your efficacy in that department. Alright, now let's see what we got here. Let's do that one. And we'll double up on it since we have at least 2 that qualify for that category. And the more people that qualify for whatever fetish category you're on, at the time you purchase it, the more you'll maximize the utility of it. So just keep that part in mind. Okay, she's maxed on that. And the room is at maximum capacity, so you need to get to 50,000, invest in the room, and go back and make your money. And that's how you do. You just keep making your money. Okay, she's at maximum capacity. Everything else When in doubt, Photo Studio. So I'm going to need more cash in those. Let's see if we can buy some stuff here. We know we have these two. And the rest of these we also have, but not as high a demand just yet. Now we bought a couple things that were worth about 50,000, so we're doing fairly well as far as the cash flow goes. I would normally say first thing you buy at 50,000 should be the webcam, but just play it by ear as to where you're at. Not webcam, but the servers thing. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so that's the highest one that we can get. It's the next highest one we can get, and that's just it means more followers. All right, she needs to just keep buying drinks. And even though we didn't get all the advertising on there, which would have been awesome, we got pretty close, and we got the most we could have based on the money we had. That's why we're purchasing not based on, oh, this looks good or that looks good. You base it based on the numbers. Whatever the highest thing you can buy out of that list first, that's what you're going to get every time. That's going to be the highest utility to you. Let's say you have 4 girls that match to one of them, and it's one of the mid-range ones, low ones. Get that one because it'll multiply by 4. You know, there's the multiplication rule is the number one, but otherwise, the multiplication factor should be the highest priced one because it leads to the most number of viewers which are paying. All right, so we're going to do a 100% increase immediately by blowing 50,000 on the web servers, maxing them out. So you'll see the trend is going to be we're going to make way more money. We're going to make so much more money that it's going to be a problem trying to get any extra productivity because we're going to be spending all of our time collecting cash. So that means we need to make our way towards the handy-dandy accounting side of the upgrades. Let's see how much, 50,000 on the next one. All right, and this is where it'll be 1,000. You'll see it'll seem like it's slower, but it's not. So, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my perception of how time works. I'm not Dr. Manhattan. I don't see time as everything at once. All right. I'm fooled by the same $4.99 not being $5 as everyone else. Yeah, I only have one person with that, so I have nobody with that. So that's our sacrificial one. It's the tattoos. It'll be our last in the order. And just keep going. Maxing it out. She's too stressed out to do anything else. Oh, pobrecita. More. Make sure she's maxed out. I'm going to do a quick check just to make sure. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. She still can get used one more. Okay, 5 5s and 5 5. So everybody except one is completely maxed out. So that part's good. We have 2 for this one, so we're going to buy that. And she's done buying at the shop. And there we go. Everybody's doing their best. That one. And we do have one, but this one earns us more, so we're going to try and get it. There we go. I say it earns us more because we're using her as a utility person, so that's why. Prioritizing based on what you've got. There's only a few hours left to spend collecting and trying to purchase anything, so that's the highest. If we can get this one, we will, but there's no guarantee. It's a fairly low chance of that happening. So Yeah, see, we already got a whole new batch there. And we keep going. We need to buy a new set of web servers in order to increase our counts. That costs 50,000. We'll buy that. So at a certain point, we are going to upgrade these things soon, and we'll have to upgrade community all the way, because the last day, when you don't care about money, you just dump everything into photo shoots, so you can maximize your deal. It's only going to go up by like 10 or 15,000. It's kind of the most you can get off of one day of just blowing people through the photo shoot, but it's an extra 10 or 15,000. So you just do what you can. All right, 100 productivity, and you'll see this thing go way faster. Okay. All right, so now we should be making stupid amounts of cash. Of these, this is going to be our top earning thing. That just so we can put some extra money on something. And we're still in the AM. All right, everybody's doing their thing. We can put all 8 girls in the room at one time, so that we don't have to worry about anything else. Just focus on getting money, putting people in a room, get more money, and put more people in a room. Let's see if we can buy anything in the promo. She's coming up. They're both in there. So do. So right now we're spending a lot more time collecting cash than we are enhancing productivity. So pretty soon we're going to need to speed that process up. Right now we can just speed up the relaxing. And there we go. More. All right. These two categories again. I mean, you look at that, that's like 8,000. So that'll get us up there. Not where I want to be right now. Like I want to be at 100,000, but 68.5 by the time we start is a pretty good count. See if we can get anything here. No, that's all right. Put it on to relaxing. We're going to need to start refreshing our stockpiles of provisions. So at this point, it's just collecting too slow. So it's time to invest in another level of accounting. Even though it's super expensive, we need to do it. And that'll cut down our collection time in half. And cutting down our collection time in half means we're going to speed up our productivity like 16 times. So if it's 8 girls getting multiplied, with twice as much time because it's collecting half as much, you got to think of it in those kind of terms. So there we go. And highest earning category. that up. All right. We're back buying stuff. A couple in that category. A couple in that category. So just keep moving up. See, we're at 85,000, so we might hit 100,000. We'll see. It's kind of like my benchmark. It's my own personal benchmark. I don't know if somebody else is able to pull off better numbers than me, then, you know, follow them. I don't care. I just saw somebody that was having rather low numbers and has their own video game channels, and I was like, oh, well, if they're not really helping people, then I've been playing this stupid game for a couple of weeks, and if it'll help some people out, you know, that want to get higher numbers, then I'll put this out there, and if they do a search, then they can find it. That's how I feel about it. So, where are we? Oh, it just didn't react to the mouse click. Ugh. Then put her in there. And then we need to start talking about millions. Basically, the way that it runs down is you're only going to be able to make about a purchase of about $1 million, or whatever the currency they want to call it, bucks, at a time per day. So anything beyond $1 million, you're wasting your time. So as we're getting close here to the end game, we only have a few days left, then you may want to start thinking about dumping people into photo shoots instead of buying promo. That's not going to happen just yet. We need all the promo money we can get because we're still kind of missing one or two. But on this day, where, as you can see, we're already at over 100,000, and we've already guaranteed ourselves the diamond qualification, right? The diamond trophy. And that's what I guaranteed you guys how to do, is how to do it every time. Since we've already guaranteed ourselves that trophy, we're just looking for max numbers, max score. I don't think it's going to be my best score ever, but it'll be okay. I think it's going to be above 300,000. All right. What do we got? 2 in this category. Maximize that part out. All right. We're going to need more there. And once you get over $1 million per day, and you've already bought all of the advertising you shouldn't be spending any more money on, or any more time trying to collect money. At that point, just keep adding to your viewer counts. And like I said, just keep doing the same thing. Just try to use the automatic pickup separately from whatever it is that you have else going on. So when it runs out of picking up money automatically, then, you know, there we go. Then you can switch back to it. I don't know how much faster it is, or if it's even any faster at all at this point, but it just makes me feel like it is, so I'll hold it there. The main lack of productivity comes from rest, so if there's nobody resting, then you can just rest your finger wherever you want to rest it. And, you know, just like it happens right there, at least your finger's already on the trigger, as it were, to fire off for when productivity does kick in. So we have a fetish with 1. It's already down. We know for sure it's on a girl that gets used for every interaction. She's a constant earner, so rather than wait on a higher end one, just went ahead and did that. Everybody's earning. Let's see how much more we can do. There's an hour left. Let's see where it gets me. All right, let's see what we got. No, it's just going to be this one. So buy it, pay the payroll, go to the next thing. What I may want to do at this point is pay $250, since it's about the same price as our advertising rates right now, like the advertising costs. We can get a faster pickup, so it just about makes it worth it. And again, 16 times the improvement because half the amount of time spent, and then doubling the productivity rates. So you can see we're just blazing through right now. We're getting everything we need now. Promo, Tina first, pay for 2 earners. Okay, got a bunch of people relaxing. Let's see if we can add some more. I don't like having them drop below 20 just because at the rate that they get used is fairly high. And there you go. So promo again. I know we have multiples of this one. I have one of this one, but at least it'll go into something. And there we go. There we go again. Dun, 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 dun. There we go again. All right, utilize that fully. And we're back here. Back here. You just want to keep thinking about those multiplication numbers. Multiplying out the productivity boost as much as possible. That's where you should be. You can't go up if it's busy collecting. So there we go. We're at still a couple days. In 2 days we've gotten an extra 90,000 ish. Probably get 100,000 2 days, and that's going to continue to multiply. So it means in 1 day we'll probably get another 100,000. 300 is not a bad mark at that point. There we go. Lots more stuff to shuffle. Okay, who else can we get? So that's the biggest buy. That's the next biggest buy. And maybe we can get some more. Maybe. We'll see. Doesn't look like it though. All right. We just sit there. We sit there and we maximize our purchases. She's gonna be running out soon, so you know, it's just icing on the cake to have the utility person being able to do a little bit of earning. It's not the end of the world if you get confused and just keep having them buy cigarettes and stuff. It just makes things a little bit faster. You're still going to get the diamond no matter what if you're following with the rest of them. So alright, in this circumstance that's on a lot of people. That's on 2 people. and we'll go from there. So, and go back to collecting. We're running low on SIGs, so that'll be our utility girl's next location. And we got some people we got to put on places. There we go. So she's done. Done. Get rid of that relaxing. Ah. There we go. There we go. And we're full up here again, so let's. Now we're going to be able to accommodate a full purchase of these super high-end, famous advertisements of things. So, advertisements. Do good and advertise. That's what Ted Turner said. All right, so here we can buy more things. But what we really want to do is max this one out, because we're going to be spending a lot more time in the photo shoots. We want $1 million in the bank, close to it, so we can buy the advertisements in the 12 o'clock hour, and then we'll spend the rest of our time using the cam shows, the photo shoots. Yeah, so there you go. You can see the point of the photo shoots in just a second, how quickly that's going to pick up. Basically, you get 100 each time, so you know, you can set it up however you want. I'm going to collect that 500,000. I don't want to waste any time. All right, what do we have? We have tattoos are not going to do us very much. Glasses, we got 2, so it's going to double. Asian has slightly more, so we'll buy those 2, and glasses. We got enough to buy them all. All right, so then we're highly effective right now. We won't see it until this next show. It does its payouts, so yeah, nothing seems to change anything midstream. Like it's whatever it's set at when you assign them. So sometimes you might want to hold back if you're gonna be getting more of something, and just so you can click on it, and you won't have to wait for the next cycle to run back through. All right, go. More stuff getting used. Promo. All the stuff we can use is in the promo now, so since we don't have anybody that has tattoos, just before the end of the day we'll pick up the last one. And what I say, it would be around 300,000, so there you go. We're at 300,000. We'll see how far we get. Now you can start spending a little bit more time in the photo shoots, because you got $1 million in the bank. Bam. Last one's paid. There's nothing better to do, nothing else really to do. People that are stressed out, you can put in various locations. You can pick up some drinks, but otherwise just get all these relaxing people back to work. If you put like one, you know, just, it's not the end of the world. But otherwise, you want to kind of have everybody lined up in the same exact place if you can at the same time, so that you can maximize. It's like 6 on this photo shoot, 5, whatever it is. So multiplying out the effectiveness of each of the productivity burns. So yeah, just keep that part in mind when you're assigning people out with stuff to do. There we are, we're over 300,000. Can we pull over 400,000? We have 2 days to do it, maybe. Wouldn't be surprised if it gets very, very close. I'm not really sure what sets the amount of people you can get from advertising. I don't think it has anything to do with the money you've gotten, because I've had like 4 or 5 million in the bank and it did nothing. Like it meant nothing. So it stayed the same cost of $1 million. So yeah, and you can see we're getting really low on our provisions, and the photo shoot means we have to constantly juggle, which is not the greatest thing in the world, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world either. All right, next one's going to take some cash, so we'll move people over to cash and buy, because it doesn't matter. People out of the photo shoot, put them to sleep, or put them to cash. Yep. People, put them to cash, and we're gonna need more of those drinks. So this payout's gonna be $1 million or so, and we'll get the rest of the stuff. This is our last day, by the way, so we'll see what it gets us. We're almost complete. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I'm sure you learned a lot about this stupid game. If you've never played this stupid game, then you know, HunieCam Studio. They make a lot of different products. It's an adult game, but it's the same mechanics as you'd find in any other thing. It's just, you know, sometimes you just don't want something that's made for a lower age level, right? Just even though it's got all this, what some people would refer to as vulgarity in it. Just don't care. Just don't want to play anything Disney. Don't want to play anything too cute. Don't want to play anything that you know. There are people all over. There's like cosplay of the various Honey Pop people, men and women, and in between. There's all over the spectrums that seem to enjoy these games. They like the artwork. They like the characters. Lots of reasons people that they can enjoy it. It's like I said, for me, it's just dumb fun and an interesting way to kick back, relax, and not have to worry about anything else. Just put the maximum amounts in the box. Expected utility functions, do those in my head. Maybe you can't, but you know, if you were wondering, like, oh, how did you know what this would be or whatever, it's multipliers and expected utility. I'm sure there's ways to do more. Like I said, there was a guy that ran an algorithm, and he would have 3 or 4 buildings running at once. And you see how I'm doing the multiplier on one, because I only have one mouse cursor, but the algorithm could do mouse clicks on several of them and fool the timing to make it seem like it was, you know, it's in multiple places at once. I'm not an algorithm, but we did get 371,960 followers, so right around 400. I think it's less than the amount that I got on the save game So I replaced this. But that's kind of a random thing. I don't think we did anything necessarily wrong. A few things we could have done slightly different, but not really. You can see everything that's going on here. You get some breakdowns of stats. They don't really mean much. And then this thing takes its time. You have to just sit there and watch it. You can't get out of there. And here you get your rewards. Various colors of mushrooms, right? That's what they are. Of course they are. Mushrooms. Then you can watch Caress Me, or listen to Caress Me Down by Sublime. Yeah. All right, so that's it. You got a guaranteed diamond every single time. Play with it, see if you can get better than I did. I basically had an almost perfect game in order to get the last one. I wasn't waiting on anything. I didn't have to do anything. Like, this is about as close as you can get to absolute perfect. All right, hope you guys have a good one. Enjoy playing the game, and post somewhere what your high scores are. I'd like to be able to see how far people get. You enjoy yourself.